We are the Liberty Intelligence Organization Network.
And this is our news recap show where we go over a bunch of information that we encourage other people to start examining for themselves. If you've been following us, we're going over propaganda, the propaganda aspect of the New World Order. If you don't know what propaganda is, it's basically information, ideas, or rumors deliberately spread widely to help or harm a person, group, movement, institution, nation, etc. If you don't know what ... means, it means continued. You can just name whatever you want. So I guess like corporation or business or name brand or whatever. It goes along with that list. You know, person, group, movement, institution, nation, video game console, television production company, movie production company, video game series, television franchise, you know, whatever. It's information meant to help or harm said aspects of the world. New World Order propaganda happens to be geared to harm all persons, all groups, all movements, all institutions, and all nations other than their own. And their own happens to be the worship of evil, literally, quite literally, the worship of evil, and basically the unification of all nationalities and flags under one world government, a new world order. That's what they want. So basically what I've been going over is my own personal experience with New World Order propaganda. I had to mention last time I had to go a little bit into gangster rap and how that's used to promote this death culture and this prison culture where everyone just does what they're told and it forces you into shackles easier because you think this is cool, this is the way the world's supposed to be, you have to be like that. That's what it means to be a man, is to be this gangster. That's to be a man. No, that's to be a New World Order puppet. A New World Order slave, really, is to give into this culture entirely. Again, if you know how to read it, you can also get some good messages out of it, but you got to look at specific rappers, like Immortal Technique, like Bill Bill. You got to look at the message they're trying to promote. Is it mindless sex, violence, drug abuse? Or is it meaningful information that is meant to inspire you spiritually to attain a greater understanding of the world around you? Do the understanding yourself. Look into your own soul. You have a mind, use it. But now I wanted to get into another aspect of the New World. One, they like to promote their culture and they like to get people to give into it or to buy into it and start acting as such, whether it be a reality TV show or gangster prison culture. I just went over the gangster prison culture because that was something that I have personal experience with through my own development living under this tyrannical criminal organization control structure. But another aspect they like to promote is normalization of the world they're trying to create. And the world they're trying to create is basically a world where you have no individual rights, everything is run by machines, and mankind just basically does what they're told while all the elites get to live in lavish luxury, even more so than they do today. If you think they're living luxuriously today, you have no idea what they want. They want literally, like, if they just feel like one day, you know, I want to go torture some guy's kids and make him watch as I kill his children, they'll do it. And believe me, these people are sick like that. They might get off on doing things like that. They certainly hide secret dungeons where they do horrid things to many children who disappear under Child Protective Services. Go look into that. Go look into that. Go look into that. But no, I want to talk about video games, mainly one series in particular, and that would be the Call of Duty series. It's made by Microsoft. It's really made by a corporation under the Microsoft umbrella, which is Activision, and then within Activision, it's promoted by two separate companies, Infinity Ward and Treyarch. But basically, you see how the media structure works, is there's one at the top, an umbrella corporations underneath of it, and it ultimately goes back to this one dominant source at the very top that's dictating all these smaller organizations. But basically, the Call of Duty series really promotes the idea. If anyone's played the new Black Ops 2, it's all about drones controlling the world, and drones are everywhere, and really promotes this idea that the average human beings live in the slums, and the elites live in these lavish, they have this resort island that's just amazing, and you have to go there and but basically, the storyline is what you have to look at, because they're trying to normalize this sort of idea so that when it happens, it's like, oh, that happens. I've seen this before. This is not a big deal. This is nothing new. I hearken back to the police state when I was talking about American citizens and veterans being labeled as terrorists in recent, since basically 2009, 2010. Let me do a time check. It might even be older than that, because they've labeled these certain people as terrorists that are actually American citizens. Most of them patriot, liberty-loving, non-violent folks. But they label them as terrorists, and I harken back to Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And that was a while ago that it came out. I was still in college, I think, early in college when it came out. But basically, what that game, the storyline for that game, if you play through the campaign mode, you eventually get to this one point where you're playing a CIA undercover guy working within a terrorist cell. And this terrorist cell goes to a Russian airport with these big machine guns, and they just lay waste to all the people in the airport. And then at the end, you know, the American guy takes part in it because he doesn't want to blow his cover. And in the end of the scene in the video game, which is, it's not real, video games aren't real, folks. It's a make-believe fantasy world. But they want to make it a reality, and they use it to help normalize the idea that this is the way the world works. This is their world, and that's how they want you to see it, as their make-believe fantasy world. But basically, at the end of after the terrorists gun all these people down, they turn to the character that's the CIA spy, and they say, "We know you're an American. We know you've been spying on us, and guess what? We've just framed you. We've just framed your entire country for this terrorist act." They kill him, leave him with the CIA information. They leave. Russians find out that it was an American guy. One of the guys was an American. They blame the United States as this bastion of terrorism, and then the UN sides with Russia in a war against the United States, because they say, just like the United States once said about Afghanistan and Iraq, that they harbor terrorism, they now say in this video game that the United States harbors terrorism, and therefore the international community has to be brought down upon it. Now, I was in the Call of Duty series, Modern Warfare 2. That's my own personal understanding of it, and again, I've played all the series through. I kind of like the competition aspects of the multiplayer, and I really enjoy playing the zombie games. And really, I could do another aspect about what the zombie culture tries to instill. It's basically trying to instill that it's okay to just kill people. That's why zombies are dressed up like normal, average-day folk. Except it's a zombie, it's to get you normalized to the concept that in the future you will be shooting your fellow man, and the New World Order will love every second of it. Because they get off on that. They love a death culture. They want us to kill each other. They want us dead. They love it. They worship evil, folks. They really worship evil. Go check out the documentaries. They worship the devil. It really breaks down that simple. They are Satanists. They want death, blood to feed their spiritual master. I didn't want to jump into that early, but we're really getting into the New World Order now, which is broadcast number 3. I imagine by broadcast 5 or 6, I will be discussing the spiritual aspect of the New World Order. And it doesn't matter if you believe in this stuff, they believe in it. And that's the scary part, and that's the part you ought to know about. So thanks for tuning in, and I want to remind everyone to stay safe, to stay strong, to stay free, and to stay informed.